So you've arrived at module 3, the art of brand building. In my opinion, the real magic happens in here. This is where you're gonna create your own brand identity. So in lesson 1, we'll go over how to find a good brand name and also how you can create a logo pretty quickly. But before we go into this, I want to make something very clear. If you're gonna find your brand name, please think about it for a day or two, but just don't think about it for too long. Just because if you're gonna think about it for 2 or 3 weeks, it's not gonna make a big difference. Just think about it, and I'm gonna show you ways in here how you can find a brand name in a couple of minutes even. But don't wait until you find your brand name, then look for the supplier, then order the samples if you have to, then contact the agent, then make your website. I want to make something very, very clear. Just do everything at the same time. It doesn't need your full attention. Just think about the brand name for a day or two, like I said, and just move on. Do everything at the same time. Contact your supplier already. Contact your agent. Build your website. It can all be done at the same time, and this way we can just move as quickly as possible. So as you do everything at the same time, you can get your logo and brand name pretty quickly. That's what I'm going to show you right now on my laptop. So let's dive right in. So nowadays, the best and fastest way to get a quick brand name is using ChatGPT. I mean, it's a revolutionary AI tool, and why wouldn't you use it? How do you think I came up with the course name? Check the left side here. I just used ChatGPT to get the course name, and it came up with a beautiful course name for me named E-commerce Brand Mastery. So I'm sure we can also use it to find our brand name. You can ask ChatGPT something like, give me 10 possible brand name options for a portable blender brand. Like I said, we're gonna pursue the portable blenders. As you see in here, they gave me 10 options. You can just ask ChatGPT to give me 10 more, give me 10 more. I mean, utilize ChatGPT, and I'm already seeing some very, very clean names in here. I'm seeing Blend Fusion, Go Blend could be nice, BlendJet even, the brand which we showed previously, Blend Ease, Vita Blend, Blend Pro, Blend Master could be nice, Blend Mate. That one is clean. Blend Mate. I like Blend Mate. This one speaks to me the most. Let's go for Blend Mate. So our brand is gonna be called Blend Mate. Well, we got our brand name. Now we gotta get our logo. What do we use to create our logo? There are multiple ways how you can create your logo. But in my opinion, one of the best ways to create anything graphic design related, and one golden nugget I want to give you right now is canva.com. Use canva.com right now, note it right now, because this one is key. I design all my pictures, all my graphic design on Canva, and the big pro is that you can just do it yourself, and it's pretty easy because you don't need any graphic design experience for it or any coding skills. We're in Canva right now. As you saw, we just literally got our brand name in 1 minute, not even 1 minute. And now I'm gonna create a logo, and I'm gonna show you how quickly you can get a logo. So as you know, our brand is gonna be named BlendMate. Well, I put in BlendMate here. You can just test out a couple of fonts. You can just see what looks good, test out a couple of fonts, and check what you like. Obviously, this is all up to you. And there's also even ways to add elements. You can add brand hub. You can use different text, and you can just try out different fonts. For example, these we have templates in here which you can just use, and you can just put in here BlendMate. Just fuck around, try different things, see what looks good. And you don't have to put too long time into this, but I think within if you use Canva, you know how to use Canva, you'll probably figure this out in a couple of minutes or hours. So depending on you, of course. I'm seeing a pretty nice font in here. We can try this one, BlendMate. Well, this one looks pretty nice. I mean, let's go for this one. As I said, it doesn't have to be complicated. We just want a minimum viable product. So you can just fuck around with it. For example, you can put it like this, or you can, what I would like is seeing this one in here. I would rather put this one next to it. I think this one is nicer. Yeah, let's put it this way. Make it smaller. We can make it like 40. This way you can also make like 40. And as you can just put it like this. Pretty easy. Just take inspiration from the competitor brand. For example, if you're going to take inspiration from someone. For example, right now I took inspiration from BlendJet. I was on their website. I like their colors. I like their branding, but I wanted to do it a bit differently. So we can go with this branding which I put in here. Well, it only took me a minute to create a logo. As you see, Canva is great. You can test out all these kind of different fonts. And obviously, when you find the brand name, I just found Blendmate. Obviously, check if everything is available. But I want to show you another way how you can create your logo. Fiverr.com. It's a double R. Look it up, Fiverr.com. It's great for any freelancers to find on there or anything freelance related. And so we're on Fiverr.com. We can just put in like logo design. I just put in 2 keywords in there, logo design. Well, we find probably thousands, if not tens of thousands. Let's say I go to this guy. I'm not saying use him, but I'm just clicking on the random. You can see all the logos he's creating. Looks pretty nice, looks pretty clean, looks very professional. And obviously you could go this way and you can probably get a logo for as low as €5. If I'm right, you can get logos for a couple of euros on there or as high as a couple of thousands. But obviously, if you are just starting out, just order something basic or use Canva. So I'll see you in the next lesson where we're gonna build a store, and that one is also gonna be very valuable. See you in the next lesson. Ciao. So welcome to lesson 2, building a store that actually converts. I'll give you a side note before we start. This one is gonna be very straightforward. And I think everyone can do this. My grandma could do it. So this one is gonna be very easy. Let's dive right in. So here we start with Gmail. We create a Gmail account. And I think everyone knows how to create a Gmail account. It's pretty straightforward. And I just put my first name in there. I put Blendmate, was already taken. So I just put Hey Blendmate in there. So here we're creating our password. We're creating a Gmail account. And the reason we're creating an extra Gmail account is because I recommend you to keep your private email and your business email separated, just because it's much more structured there. Now we will go to the second part. So here is where the magic is gonna happen, Shopify. Shopify is what we use as our main software for everything. We build everything on, or back ends on there, or front ends on there. Everyone uses Shopify, right? If you, by the way, want to have a free trial on Shopify, use our link or Capital Club link in this description, and you'll get a free trial without any risk. So whatever you put in there in this questionnaire is pretty straightforward. It doesn't really matter what you put in there. I've experienced before. Whatever you put in there, they'll accept you anyway. So don't worry about it. Just put in there what I put in there. And then a store name, I put in Blendmate. The region I put in there. I create a Shopify ID with the email I just created. That's why I would first create the Gmail, so you can use the Gmail everywhere. And again, before we proceed, if this goes too quickly for you, you can just pause it and feel free to pause it. And because I know I'm going pretty quickly, but it's all pretty straightforward, so don't worry about it. You'll figure it out. And if you just follow the steps which I put in here, you will be fine. So here we're building the store. And in Shopify, I also will go over all the tabs pretty quickly, but I cannot go in depth into each part because otherwise we'll be here for the next year. So what I recommend you to do is just go over each part in Shopify and just figure it out so you get familiar with the Shopify platform. If you're already experienced with it, of course, that would be great. And here we are products. Here you can create your product section. Again, if I'm going too quickly, just feel free to pause it. In here in the products, we just add a title. I called it The Blendmate, and I looked up an R icon so I can add it to the product section. But if you missed it, we went to the left part and we first clicked on add product. And now we are going to create the product. And we put in the title, The Blendmate, and I am a copyright god. So I just put something out of my sleeve in there, the original Blendmate that fills all of your nutritional needs. But this is not gonna be a beginner course. So if you want to have beginner knowledge, just dive deep into the other course, which you also have in Capital Club. We just dove into all the tabs in here, also the analytics, and I hope you will see 100K days there very soon. With this course, this knowledge, for sure, I expect you to do it. Here we have online store. Online store is pretty straightforward, but I won't build, just to make it clear, I won't build an actual store in here. I'll just show you how to do it, but I'm not gonna build the actual store in here just because it takes too long. So we have the settings here, go through all the settings one by one, but it's all straightforward, like I said. So I'll proceed right now to the online store. But one more time, I will not build an actual store in here just because it takes too much time. But I will give my tips on how to build a good store and how to build a store that converts, conversion rate, etc., etc. So you'll see. Here we're gonna proceed. You see all the settings, go through it like I said. Here we have online store. I am gonna show you how to create a store. So basically you have the standard theme, this is called Dawn right now, but you can choose very popular free themes. I chose refresh in here if I'm right, and I like that theme. And nowadays the Shopify free themes are very, very expanded. I mean, they look very good. Back in the days, it wasn't the case. So you guys are very lucky. You can use that theme, it's gonna install, and you can literally drag and drop. So you don't need any coding experience in there. Do you want to customize any special things? I'll show you guys later in the course how to do that. But here I click on customize, and basically you'll see a theme in here where you can drag and drop and just fill in the things yourself. Yeah, like I said, I won't create an actual store in here, but I will go into the details as much as possible. So here you can literally just put in whatever you want. And I want to give you guys another tip into creating your store. The best tip I can give you, there's first of all, no one size fits all, but the best tip I can give you is, would you buy from your own store? If you wouldn't buy from your own store, why would customers do it? Try to replace yourself into the customer's perspective and see if your website is reputable and if you would trust it. So here I put in a logo, I put in whatever, make your store however you like, but please take inspiration from other stores. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. Try to look what other stores are doing, what is converting, and try to take inspiration from that, and it's pretty straightforward. Also, another tip is that focus on the product page mostly, because you will lead most of your customers directly to the product page. Also spend some time on the homepage, but it's most important that your product page converts. The lesson I learned is that beauty doesn't always sell. I have seen the most beautiful stores out there, but unfortunately they just don't convert. I have seen very ugly dropshipping pages convert better than the most beautiful stores out there. So at the end of the day, it's about the results. So from my years of experience in conversion rate and building websites, what I've seen what makes the biggest difference on your website is your offer. What do I mean with offer? Your offer is basically, what do you offer to the customer? Are you giving a sale right now? Are you having a bundle discount, buy two, get one free, for etc, etc. It's like, what do you offer right now? Why would I buy it right now? Please, again, try to move into your customer's shoes. Try to think, why would I buy it right now and why wouldn't I buy it next week? I want to share a very important lesson with you. From what I've learned in my years of e-commerce, customers always look for a reason not to buy. Very much in their subconscious mind, they don't actually want the product. Of course, there are products which solve problems, which can be acne products, etc, etc. But if you're in a product niche like I am, with selling these balls, these impulse purchase products, people are always going to look for a reason not to buy your products because they don't actually want it. It's an impulse purchase. There can't be any reasons for them not to buy it. What can be reason for them not to buy it? One of the biggest reasons is that they do not trust your website. So it just looks very scammy, or the price is too high, or you don't have the right payment methods. It could be tons of things, but try to create a no-brainer deal for them. Try to give them an offer which they cannot refuse. Like the Godfather method, I think you just want to create a no-brainer deal. If they look at it, they will be stupid saying no to it right now. So let's proceed with the video. As you see on here, I'm switching it to mobile because mobile is the very most important part of your website. You gotta remember that 90+% of the people who buy are on mobile. Of course, also optimize your website for desktop, but remember that most of your customers are on mobile, so focus on the mobile front. Take inspiration from other stores, which I put in here again. You don't have to reinvent the wheel again. If another website converts, you don't copy them again, but just take inspiration, see what themes work for them, what kind of structures work for them, and that's it for Shopify. I'm sure you'll figure it out. So next thing, we go to Google Domains, and I saw that blendmate.com was already taken. So I put in there heyblendmate.com. So basically you can claim that domain. And I am gonna pause the video one more time. Basically on Google Domains, you can see if domains are available. I have another tip for you. If you are going to claim a local domain, for example, the .nl, .de, .us, it doesn't matter where you're from, also claim the .com with it. Let's say the .com is unavailable, then try to choose another domain. That's a tip that I can give you right now because otherwise you will regret it later. I mean it right now. If you are not going to claim the .com right now and you want to scale internationally and you don't have the domains unavailable, you have to pay big bucks for it. And I speak out of experience. So let's move on. So here on Shopify, once you saw that the domain is available on Google Domains, then you can purchase it on Shopify domains. Here you can purchase it for $15 and you can immediately connect it to Shopify. So that's pretty straightforward. Get your domain. And here we're going to claim our social media domains. Basically, when you create your name, make sure that you claim your social media handles everywhere, so to avoid any problems in the future. Knows how to create an Instagram account, and our username Hey Blend name was already taken, unfortunately. So we took Hey Blendmate. So here we put our birth date. We had to put our notification in there, and as you see, it's pretty straightforward. Everyone can do it, but I think it's necessary for you to know. So here we have our Instagram. We took Hey Blendmate because Blendmate was already taken. Hey Blendmate, here it is. The Instagram is there, feel free to follow it. And I think the first thing I did was I followed myself on Instagram at AlexChan, by the way. Follow myself, and I think that's the first thing you have to do. So don't forget about that. And that's the Instagram basically. So that's it for the lesson. Like I said, very straightforward. If it went too quickly, just pause it. But I'm sure you will figure it out because my grandma could do it too. So see you in the next lesson. Ciao. So lesson 3, having a strong brand presence. This one's gonna be pretty short, straight to the point. I'm gonna show some brands which I like, which you can take inspiration from. And yeah, let's dive right in. So the first brand which I want to show their social media, of course, my own brand, Brightsport. So as you see, we are active on TikTok. We have 153k followers, 3.8 million likes, and we are posting almost daily. Sometimes we skip some days, I have to be honest, but we are posting very often. And as you see, we have 5.5 million views here. We have one which has 1.1, but most of them do reach a virality. Some of them, of course, don't do it, but here we have one have 2.1, 1.2, and we had one which really went through the roof, which I'm going to show now, 9.2 here. And we had one which I'm going to show, I'm looking for it, 13.2. This one is also pretty big, but here we had one, where is it? Here is it, 20 million. This video had 20 million views, and in total we got 100 million views plus with all these videos combined. But I will go over how we did our TikTok organic strategy later. But for now, I just want to show that we are present on TikTok and we are present with our brand on multiple platforms. So for example, we are here on TikTok, and here we have our Instagram as well. As you see, we're also active on Instagram. We post stories daily. We post as well with posts by daily or almost daily. We have a Father's Day sale. We have 20k followers on Instagram. Not as big as our TikTok, but still we are active on there, which is very important. I'm going to show a couple of brands which you could inspiration from their strong brand presence on social medias. For example, Crafted London on here. Crafted London, I've showed it before. I won't dive too deep in their Instagram, but you see their bio is just very clean. They have a lot of followers. They even have a blue check. They are active on stories, as you see, reposting people, actively doing Q&As. That's the goal where you want to move to. You're gonna run ads. People can see your page and can see your Instagram. They'll probably browse your social medias. Next to that, you don't only want to be dependent on paid advertising. If you have a strong brand presence, if you have organic growth like we have on TikTok, you can lower down your cost of acquisition tremendously, which we'll dive deeper in the organic video, which is going to be very, very valuable in this course. Having such a brand presence like High Smile, of course, I'm showing it again here. Look at their brand presence. If you just look at this, it just looks very legit. This is the goal where you want to move to. And another brand which people underrate in terms of revenue and just overall brand presence is Kylie Cosmetics. I mean, Kylie Jenner is obviously crushing it with their brand. Obviously, she is the driving force behind it. But I think you can still study it well, study their website. As you see, they are selling a lot of products, but I mean, they are on Shopify as well. They are not that different from you. And I'm sure they buy their products from Alibaba as well, but just have a very good branding on it. And of course, a very good driving force, which is named Kylie Jenner. But still, you can still study their website, see how they do their copywriting, how they do their reviews. By the way, you can do it for all brands, but as you see, they have shown here real results. 100% agree, 95% agree. They are upselling things. You can walk through their funnel from A to Z. This is basically how I study brands. I just go to their website. I just walk through their funnel. A lot of times I also do it on mobile, but this time I do it on desktop. I click on add to cart. I see what do they all upsell on the cart. Oh, where do they make money on? What are the best sellers, etc., etc. I try to learn from those brands, and that's what I'm trying to bring to you. Try to study those brands because you don't have to reinvent the wheel. If something is working for another brand, You don't have to copy it, but just take inspiration from it and see, oh, this is working for them. Maybe I should emulate their strategy. Now I'm gonna dive into TikTok, for example. Here we have HiSmile, which their TikTok is crazy through the roof. One of the craziest brands I've seen on TikTok, 2.6 million followers, but not only the followers, but their views are crazy. I think almost every video of them hits above 1 million views, 4.5, and there are a couple of them which are crazy above 100 million. If you go to their TikTok, you'll see it. But what I want to tell you is, for example, this video has 67.7 million views. Do you even question why do they have 67.7 million views? Study the video, look at it, and see if you can take inspiration from it, emulate it, and maybe you can reach those views as well. I suggest for you to study those TikToks and go over them. And for example, we can also do it for another brand, which is called Crafted London, which I showed before. They also have TikTok, but as you see, their TikTok isn't that active as of HiSmile. And also it is not as booming as that of HiSmile or mine. As you see, their TikTok is only gets like all under 1K views. And guys, believe me, this is something you want to see. You don't want to see these perfect brands out there. You want to see brands that are imperfect, where you could improve on. Because if you see weaknesses in this brand, you could improve on it and maybe sell the same products or some similar products, but just emulate their strategy, but improve on their weaknesses. For example, if I go to Crafters, their TikTok right now, I see every video is only getting below 1K views. Let's say I'm in your position right now, I'm thinking, I could do that better. I have a TikTok strategy. Well, try it out. So that's a very important thing, that you look for weaknesses in brands. I see that Blankjet obviously is also having a TikTok, the brand that I'm taking inspiration from with the portable blenders. And as you see, their TikTok also isn't that active. It's pretty active actually, but as you see, they don't have a lot of views. I would tackle their TikTok strategy very differently. I would hire different content creators and I would implement my viral strategy, which I'm gonna share as well later in this course. And that way I could literally dominate this product. And another brand which I also want to show you is Spikeball. Spikeball, maybe if you're from the US or anywhere in the world, you may have seen it. It's a very popular product, but you can just study their TikTok. It doesn't really have to be small products. I mean, it could be anything. I mean, Spikeball is also on, you can go to their product page and you go study their website and see what could I do better? For how much are they selling it? For how much are they purchasing it on Alibaba, for example? How much can I find it? And how much are their margins? So study these brands A to Z. Look, where are they active? Are they active on Instagram? Are they active on Facebook? How is their TikTok structured? How does their funnel work? If I click on shop now, where do I land? If I click on add to cart, do I get any upsells? What is their bestseller? Just study these brands from A to Z, because you'll learn from it. And that's what's important. You gotta learn and try to improve what is working already. So that's it for this lesson. I'll see you in the next lesson. Ciao.